Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Room Temp. We're on episode 8.
8, yeah.
Dang.
Can you believe we've been doing this for 2 months?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
It's probably the highlight of my week, though. Even when we start out dreading it, like, oh, it's time to record the episode. Once we get started, it's usually, like, cathartic. Yeah. Cathartic.
So,
how was your week? I haven't really seen you much.
It's fine.
She's kind of been a hermit this week.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
It happens.
I'm having one of those.
If you're on a roller coaster right now.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to log into my work every day and, like, you know, feed you people, I'd probably be a hermit right now, too. Like, not coming out of my room. But fun fact, when we first moved into this house, my bedroom, mine and my husband's bedroom was our little bubble. You know, I mean, that's where Jason and I used to hang out all the time. Like, if we were home, we were in, you know, bed watching TV.
It was like the living room, because we would come in here and just cuddle with the doggos.
And for a while, did we have a TV in the living room? No, I can't remember.
I don't think we
started out with one in there because we didn't have an extra one, number one. And number two, everybody just had their own thing and watched whatever they wanted to watch. And we have Minnie with us, so if we seem distracted, it's because she's being
doing
cute.
Something.
See, she's the quiet dog. So.
She's so Jason left his jacket in here on the bed, and Minnie's laying on it.
So sweet. But anyway, towards, I don't know, wasn't it last year or maybe late 2019, I started spending more time out in the living area because we got a TV out there and whatever. And I was like, we really need to spend more time in the living room. I don't like being in the bedroom all the time. We have a big, nice house. We should be able to spend time in the living room together. And it was kind of like an impact on the family too. Like, we had so much more fun together even if you guys were in your bedrooms and just came out like whenever you wanted to and, you know, back and forth. I don't know. It's made a difference.
I would say so.
And it makes everything feel normal, like a normal family instead of just being in your bed constantly once you get home and whatever. I just like it because when I'm cooking, I can still be watching TV with you guys and, you know, talking and whatever. Yeah, so anywho.
So what's been going on with you this week?
Just a lot of work-related stuff. I had Wednesday off for Cesar Chavez Day, it's not random, it's intentional, but one of the California holidays I wasn't used to before living here. And so it's just, I hate when holidays fall in the middle of the week because Monday and Tuesday, while it's exciting, you get a day off in the middle of the week, then you have to start over again on Thursday and Friday. So, but it's fine. We made it through.
Yeah, next week is my spring break.
Yeah, this week was Ian's spring break, so he's been doing a lot of nothing.
My first college spring break.
Which means nothing.
And I'm in quarantine.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything. I mean...
Would you do anything?
If I had friends, probably. You know, if I had, like, a friend group that would invite... Yeah. I would do it.
Like, lounging by the pool. We've had really nice weather this week. It's warming up. Which is funny because usually this time of the year is the time of year I start to dread. I love the good weather and I love it starting to warm up. But before last summer, we didn't have air conditioning in this house. So it was always like, oh God, here we go.
It's very much not hot enough to turn on the AC yet.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like...
When I stepped outside to take the trash out last night though, or night before last, I was like, whoa, because it kind of hit me in the face. I'm like, oh dude, it's like really nice outside.
Yeah.
So I will say. It's
really nice having like a weather system.
Yeah, for real.
Like seasons.
Yesterday evening or late afternoon, early evening, the kids next door were playing out back. I assume maybe they got like the pool or something. They were doing some kind of loud thing and they were squealing and whatever, and the dogs did not care for it. Loud music and the kids squealing and having a great time. And I felt bad because, you know, obviously the kids have been cooped up too. I totally get that. But anyway, the dogs don't like it.
So it's starting to get hotter, and so that means that like birds are starting to like hatch, right? Or they're starting to make nests. I think there's a group of birds outside my window, and I woke up to birds chirping this morning, and it was very sweet.
Nice.
It was like I was Snow White or something.
They probably have nested in our infestation of weeds on the side of the house. We will be getting our yard done eventually, but
I feel like if you're gonna say this somewhere, you know that's a bold-faced lie.
I don't know that. What we need to do is get some quotes from people. I just haven't done that yet because
I honestly think we should wait a little bit until it's like safer to have people around us.
We wouldn't be out there amongst them.
I know.
However,
you know.
Yeah. Also, Jason wanted to wait until the rainy season was over, and I don't know that the rainy season's over. It hasn't rained very much, but April, May.
February is pretty heavy though. It rained a little bit.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm tired of not having a backyard.
Anyway, we have some like room temp news, specific news.
Oh yeah. So my friends who. One is a real life friend. The other one is an Animal Crossing friend that's becoming a real life friend, I hope. Stephanie and Paul created... It was his idea, but Stephanie created it. She's a brilliant graphic designer, artist, person. And she created these cute little designs in Animal Crossing. My jam, my quarantine wonder. With our logo on it. It was so cute. So I posted on our Facebook page and our Instagram pictures of me and Paul, our characters in the game, modeling it. And it's so cute. I was so surprised. And what was really funny about it is that Paul messaged me on Instagram and he said, when you're on your game, let me know. I want to come see you. And I was like, okay, because you go to people's islands all the time. And I remember saying, I don't know if I said it to you or somebody else. I was like, oh, Paul wants to come visit. I think he must have something for the prom because I'm throwing a prom in game and at the end of April. Just something fun to do. And so I thought he had some gifts that I was going to be wrapping for people when they come visit. But he comes when somebody comes to your island, you get like the cutscene of them strolling out of the airport. And he was decked out in this room temp t-shirt. And I was like... Oh my God. It was so nerdy and so adorable. And I just loved it. So that was fun. And then it made me think, I'm like, oh man, someday, maybe when we hit our 150 on Facebook and
like
150 on Facebook and 50 on Instagram. Maybe we can design a special edition shirt. I've got the logo. I designed it in Canva, and I think you can do...
I think we should do something extra, like maybe change the color scheme or something for a shirt.
You think?
And then that way...
I mean, even if it's a white shirt with that
No,
logo.
But you know what I mean? Like the specific color. Like we have that green and...
The turquoise and gray. I mean, white.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my colors are not good.
Like
Red?
Change it for... And then if we do
and have that be the special edition part of it. Purple. Gotta do purple. She's frowning at me.
Can we do like a navy blue
for the red part?
Yeah. And then we can change the
color of the plant.
The white to black, and then we can do the colors
navy, blue, and black.
Navy, blue, white, and then we can. I don't know what color we could do for the plant.
We'll play.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. Also, I forgot to mention this. So during my week, I've had those like late nights where you aren't sleepy and then you look at your phone and you're like, oh, it's 5 a.m. I should probably go to sleep. Yesterday at 2:30 in the morning, I decided to alphabetize the word forms of the numbers 1 through 10.
Oy vey.
Just because I was thinking about it. I'm like, and I was like, has anyone alphabetized numbers? I'm like, well, how would you alphabetize numbers? Well, they have words. They have, like, the word. So I've done it. I would like to share it with you. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, ready. So the first number is 8.
Uh-huh.
Then 5.
Uh-huh.
Then 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then 9.
Okay.
Then 1.
Okay.
Then 7 and 6.
Okay.
Then 10.
Uh-huh.
Then 3.
Uh-huh.
Then 2.
Yeah. You're so funny. Back in my day, we used to just count sheep or count backwards from 100.
And it helped. I went to bed like 5 minutes after.
Like, oh, I'm so
I was gonna do like 1 through 100. I'm like, nah,
dude.
I could do it.
Yeah, of course, but wow, That's funny. Well, my new craft this week is I started a paint by number, a huge paint by number. It's a skull with flowers and butterflies all over it. I think it's going to be fun. I feel like it's slow going, but the longer... I'm on number 9 now of the paint pots. I'm doing them in numerical order. And it's starting to look pretty cool. So I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like when it's all together. Right now, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know about it. But, and then I also started playing another video game on my Switch called Monster Hunter Rise. And I was not that interested in it, but Jason wanted to play, and he played a previous version of it on the Xbox. And so I had watched him play that, and, just didn't think it would be my jam, really. You're fighting dinosaur-like creatures, and it's very Japanese, themed. So, aesthetically, just visually, it's beautiful. Awesome. It's, everything was really pretty. I just didn't know if I'd like it. Turns out, obsessed. I'm kind of like, my routine is I get up in the morning, I get something to drink, I get dressed, I get something to drink, I sit down on my work computer, I log into my email, I work for a little bit, and then my first thing I do is check my island really quick, do my little chores, digging up the fossils. Right now you dig up Easter eggs too, which is stupid, but I only have your island is going to be screwed when you go back to it. Maybe if you wait till after Sunday, then they won't be there at all. I don't know. But you're missing out on the Easter Bunny today.
I don't think I'm missing out on anything.
You're not. He's terrifying. And anyway, so I do that. And then I had been on my breaks and lunch and whatever playing Monster Hunter. But then I realized I was getting too far ahead of Jason. And if you get too far ahead rank-wise, you can't play with the other person, like the lower ranked people. It's so classist. But you can't play with them and help each other unless you're like of close rank. So I stopped doing those level quests and just started working on the stuff that you can't do with other people. It's so fun. I'm surprised by it. My girl looks like a little steampunk ninja warrior. It's pretty cool. Anyways, totally dorky.
Okay, I would also like to bring up a thing that we didn't do last week. We didn't do a hot take last week.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is we've talked about this, you and me, we've talked about this. I don't think we should do a hot take every week.
No, I mean, don't force it. Like, if there's something on your mind, sure.
Because then I think if we do hot takes, at the end, it kind of brings the mood down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think when we started this, we were very much like, we just need to, vent.
Yeah,
and now there isn't a whole lot that
we got it out of our system.
We're really upset about right now.
You've been listeners. You have healed us.
Yeah, it's so if there's, I think the plan going forward, and it may change because we're still episode 8.
Yeah,
is we're going to just talk, and then if a hot take comes up naturally, we'll talk about it.
I like it.
And then,
really quick though about Monster Hunter, I had told a coworker about it, and then when we were getting ready to sign off for the day, he asked if I had anything planned for the weekend, and I said not really. I mean, I don't think we're doing anything Easter related. Just more of the same stuff. And he said, I had to write it down because it was that funny. He says, Jesus riding dinosaurs. That's a perfect kind of synergy for this weekend. Shout out MJ. He's a listener. Anyways, he is.
What's up, MJ?
What up, MJ?
Listen, I don't know what it is about your coworkers, but your coworkers that are nice to me, we have that kind of cool adult, cool young adult. They're still older than me. They're still authority figure, but they don't treat me like a little kid.
Did you hear that, MJ? You're an authority figure to Hannah.
I mean, no, you're not. But you know what I mean? That kind of power dynamic.
Well, I do talk about you and your brother a lot. And so I think a lot of them feel like they kind of know you. And especially you and me doing this together, if they're listening, they're getting to know you a lot more than an average, coworker would. So my coworkers that are listening, you are well above average. So.
Okay. All right. What are we doing this week?
This week,
podcast.
We are actually just going to have fun this week. We're going to do, I decided maybe, Hannah threw around talking about books, and I was like, I haven't really been reading, so talking about books that I've read in the past. Yes, we could do that. I think it'll be fun to but have to like sit down and put our minds to it a little bit more than we did this week. So I thought, we're a mother and daughter duo. Let's do some funny mom-daughter quizzes. So the first quiz is a BuzzFeed quiz. We love those.
Mm-hmm. They're just so cheesy.
Yeah. This one is called Only People Who 100% Know Their Mom Will Ace This Quiz.
Okay, let's do this.
So this is for you.
It's a checklist.
Pretty much, yeah. So do you know my birthday?
Yeah, December 22nd.
What
19.
Year? What year?
77.
I'm not ashamed. Very good. Oh, the year she was born was the second one, so good. What's my maiden name?
Richie.
Correct. What's my middle name?
Lee.
Correct.
It's part of my middle name.
Yeah. What's your favorite? What's my favorite color?
Purple.
Correct. Where was I born?
Stephenville, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, making sure.
What's my favorite cuss word?
Fuck.
Correct.
I was about to do some weird combo, but I think that's my favorite cuss word. I say Jesus shit on a mother bitch all the time.
I used to say, son of a bitch ass crack whore a lot. Like a lot. But I don't know when I stopped that, because I literally used to say it all the time.
I do combo words when I hurt myself and it's still hurting. I'm like, Jesus fuck shit bitch.
Sorry, Jesus. We know it's your weekend. Anyways. What's my biggest pet peeve?
People interrupting you.
Correct.
We talk about this.
What's my favorite food?
Sushi.
Very good.
I'm gonna guess California roll is an all-time favorite, or the George Clooney roll from that one place.
So I do love the George Clooney roll. My all-time favorite is simple salmon on rice. That's it.
Oh, I don't know what that's called.
That's called salmon sashimi. But I do like the more complicated rolls too. At Kazoo in downtown or Japantown, in San Jose, they have one called the.
Is that where we went when we watched
Waitress?
Waitress?
Yeah, they have a roll there called the spicy taco.
Their teriyaki bowl, whatever, was really good too.
Yeah, that's a favorite place. I love it.
Okay, moving on.
Is it? What's my least favorite food?
Olives?
Correct.
Would you consider that a food?
Yes.
I was about to be dish, but I don't think that's...
What's my astrological sign?
Capricorn / Sagittarius.
What was my first job?
You worked at a call center, right? Or something like that? You answered phones?
I will allow it because I was an answering service operator. That was my first official
I don't know what that...
job.
But babysitting.
Well, I will take
Okay.
a babysitter first. I got stolen away from my babysitting job by my employer / a teacher at my school's friend, who's also a teacher at the school, pulled me away, threw me at her aunt.
So babysitting / you answered phones.
Yes. I was an answering service
Operator.
I was 16. It was the best job. I loved it. We can talk more about jobs on another episode. What's my favorite movie?
Forrest Gump.
Very good. My favorite TV show?
All time?
All time.
I want to say ER.
I will allow it because it was a
or
tie.
Ghost Adventures.
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm mad at them.
Good Trouble?
That's current.
Oh.
My all-time favorite. Come on, really?
All I'm thinking is ER or Grey's Anatomy, but I don't think those are right.
No, ER was probably my second favorite show. But I will allow it because it was all in the same night. Back in my day. Friends, dude.
Oh, shit. I totally forgot about Friends.
But I'll allow it because
it's on HBO, by the way. You could rewatch it if you wanted to.
On HBO Max?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I do have a hot take for later. Remind me.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, it's a fun one though. But I will allow ER because Thursday night must-see TV on NBC was Friends, Will and Grace, ER, and those were my three shows.
Okay.
Anyway, a favorite alcoholic drink.
Ooh. I don't know, something like fruit. I said strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that quiz
I feel like
that
we
did.
totally talked about all these things so far. So you're doing great. What's my favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Diet or sugar-free Coke or Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper, always. Who did I vote for?
Which election?
This last one.
Biden.
Correct. Do I snore?
I'm gonna say no because you had your tonsils out. But also I don't sleep in the same room as you, so I don't know.
Okay, So I did not snore for the longest time because I had my tonsils out. But once my asthma got worse,
Oh, you started snoring
I started
a couple months
snoring
ago.
again. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't for a long time. No,
I don't sleep in the same room as you though.
Yeah,
so.
that's a good call though. Do you know whether I'm mad, even if I say that I'm not mad?
Yes. You're a Southern woman who's also my mother. Of course I know.
How do I take my coffee?
Well, from Starbucks or if you make it at home?
Either.
Okay, well, Starbucks is like iced coffee, whatever blend or stuff you want to. But you've been mainly drinking tea lately.
That's true.
English breakfast with like milk and sugar.
Correct. Do I have any allergies?
Yes. You want me to list them?
You probably could. What's my favorite song?
Favorite song? Oh, okay. Are we doing right now or?
Because
I don't think I know
your. You name any of my favorite songs because I have plenty.
I don't think I know your all-time favorite, but I think you know one of your.
If you know any of them,
I'm gonna do. I don't know what it's called. I think Life Goes On. You're singing it like all the time.
Yeah.
Or Dynamite.
Yep.
Those are the two right now. I don't know all time though.
Those are good. I don't know if I have an all-time favorite song.
I don't think I have an all-time favorite song.
Because I was talking to Paul about music just earlier today or earlier this week, and I like everything. I mean,
except country music.
I don't really like country music as a whole, but there are country songs that I like.
I like old-time country music, and I like new country music that sounds like it's old-time country music.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hit or miss with me, so it has to be like it has to get me.
Mm-hmm.
But I like a lot of stuff. Paul shared with me a bunch of he likes indie music, so he's sharing a bunch of his favorites, and I was like, this reminds me of, and it like made all of these things come back that I haven't listened to in so long, and I want to again.
Uh-huh. So, I will say, I think you can't have like an all-time favorite song, because if you listen to any song enough, it like
ebbs and flows.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I hated Titanium for the longest time, and
I hated Poker Face by Lady Gaga, and now I'm like, get it, Gaga. Except she stole a Grammy from my BTS, but whatever. Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
Not her fault. It's the Recording Academies.
The Grammys are like really rigged and stupid.
Yeah, totally. Okay, how?
But if we like are nominated for a Grammy, what's up, Grammys?
That's right. Podcast. Is podcast even a thing?
Yeah, because it's an audio form.
Oh.
You get Grammys for like everything.
We need to up our game here.
We take back our previous statement saying
the Grammys are wonderful. We did not mean it. Recording Academy. Don't come for us.
Like, someone won a Grammy for being in a band in high school. Like, a high school band.
What?
So, yeah.
Okay, well. Okay, how to comfort me if I'm in a bad mood?
Okay, what kind of bad mood? Because I think it differs.
Just anything.
Okay, so I think either, like, start, like, picking up doing things without being asked. Like, clean up the pads, do the dishes.
Totally.
But if, like, you're upset, I just, like, hug you. And you can, like, I let you vent to me.
Yep. Those are good.
I
really like that first one.
But it really depends on the way you're feeling bad. You know?
So like yesterday when one of my least favorite things in this world are when people gang up on me. Even if it's in good-natured fun, I hate it. I'm probably triggered from childhood, honestly. It probably is that because it's stupid, and I know it's stupid when it happens. But my kids, when they get together, Ian starts ripping, Hannah starts laughing at him ripping. She'll rip back just to make him laugh. And then I'm sitting there in the middle, shredded to pieces.
You know we don't mean any of it, right?
I do. That's why I'm saying it's so stupid. Like, I'm like, oh,
you probably feel a little bit like that's a little bit true. That's why it hurts.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I tell Ian all the time the reason why he's still alive is because he's cute and funny. Because it's so true. Like, he's an asshole. But he's my asshole, and
he's
I
like
love
one of those
him.
comics. They're like, oh, they're a dick, but they're so funny.
He's the new Andrew Dice Clay.
I don't know who that is.
You don't need to know. What are my hobbies?
Okay, right now it's Animal Crossing, Monster Hunter game, paint by number, and then, but if it's not paint by number, it's something crafty.
Which we talked about last week.
You also watch TV.
Yeah. How many siblings do I have?
I have to make sure I remember all of them. So there's Brad.
Yes.
Regina. Ashley. Ethan. Is that it?
Yeah. Ooh. Congrats. You know your aunts and uncles. Way to go. It's so funny that you say that, that we said it that way,
I always feel like I remember, I forget all of them.
But what's really funny about this is Ian hasn't been exposed to my older brother and sister that much.
Or cousins, really.
Really, yeah. He remembers going to Roosevelt, my nephew's graduation. So, and he like kind of attaches himself to that memory because he'll say, oh, is that my cousin? Because my nephew is an up-and-coming rap artist. Shout out. Maybe we should play some of his cool stuff on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but he's amazing. And so I was sharing some of his first music with Ian. And at first, Ian was uncomfortable because it was not a song you'd normally listen to with your mom. But I'm a cool mom. I'm not like the other moms. But he was uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, we call him Little Man. I was like, that's Little Man. And he goes, Little Man? Who's Little Man? And I was like, your cousin? And he was confused. And I was like, your cousin? And we went to his graduation. We ate the steakhouse after. Oh, yeah. He was like so excited. Mm-hmm. So I feel bad because, that's kind of how Ian is with my older siblings. He doesn't really know them.
He does that with the people we're at Christmas with all the time now.
Yeah. But he's funny. Like, he loves people and he loves family. And
he loves all of them.
Yeah,
mostly.
But it's so cute to watch him. He's a little awkward. I love Ian. He's a little awkward.
It's genetic.
Yeah. But he goes, like, we hadn't seen my mother and father-in-law together in a long time. And they helped us this last weekend go pick up a piece of furniture that a friend gifted me. And Ian was out in the living area when they got here. And so he was like, and you could just see him like lighten up. And he goes, of course, now he's like strutting because he's taller than everyone. And so he's like wanting to measure up against them. But I know that's what it was, like measuring him up. He kept saying, is Gus taller than Jason? I was like, oh no. Gus is a little pipsqueak. And he's like, then I'm taller than Gus. I was like, yeah, you are. Congrats.
I did that with Migrant. I did that with Nala all the time.
But it's, it's just a point of pride. But he was so excited to see them and he gave Mona a hug. I think it made her feel really good because she was like, oh, hi. Because he's not usually touchy-feely. Anyway, okay, back to the quiz. What is the name of the first person I dated? This is a hard one. I don't think I really dove into my past.
Okay. I don't know their name, but can I, like, describe them? Would that count?
Yes, because I may not want you to name them.
Okay. Your across the street neighbor.
Yeah. Technically, you call that dating.
Whoa, salty. Who was the first person I dated? Do you know?
First person you dated. Like, dated?
Or I haven't dated anyone. But, like, elementary school dated.
Cooper?
No, he wasn't the first.
Oh. I don't know then.
It was in Maryland.
Oh, the little... Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't remember his name, but yes. Mm-hmm. The little pipsqueak.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm so glad we moved away from there for that reason only, because I could see that blossoming into something else. And you probably would have been a mother far sooner than...
I probably would have gotten my heart broken. Anyway,
probably.
Moving on.
Anyways, what's my biggest fear?
Well...
Like legitimate fear, not stupid little fear.
I want to say not amounting to anything, but I feel like that's just me projecting.
That is you projecting.
Like failure. Or like not living up to everyone's expectations of you.
That's a little deep.
You said legitimate fear.
It's not a legitimate, that's a silly fear to me.
Oh, snakes?
Yeah.
Snakes to me is a silly fear.
No. I'm not going to die for being a failure in my own mind. But I would die. I could die from a snake. If the snake didn't hurt me, I could die of a heart attack because the snake's there.
It depends what kind of snake.
Oh, I don't like snakes.
I'm okay with the little snakes, but the big ones.
Just talking about snakes is making my scalp crawl. Yeah. Okay, what's my favorite candy?
Oh, shit. Okay, something M&M's. Almond M&M's?
Almond M&M's I'll take. Because my top 3 candies are almond M&M's.
Wait. Almond M&M's. Hershey? Chocolate?
Nah, I mean...
Twix? And then Kit Kat.
No. Kit Kat.
Yeah?
That one, and then Snickers if we're doing 4. But yeah.
What's my
eye color?
Brown?
Duh.
It's my eye color.
What's my natural hair color?
I want to say like a dark brown, like my hair color.
Yep.
But then your hair turned black when you were pregnant with me.
Correct.
And then you liked the way it looked, so you just dyed your hair black for like ever now.
Yeah, now I don't though. I haven't dyed it black in a long time. With the color that I dye it,
but once you dye your hair black enough times,
you know what they say. Sorry. What's my favorite restaurant?
Ooh. Okay. Is it a sushi restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the restaurant in Japantown?
Yes. I just said it earlier.
Yeah.
Quick second place is Kura in Cupertino. I took you there too. The revolving sushi bar.
That place was really good.
Yeah.
That was just like a weird. We ate there after we went to like a woman empowerment thing, and that whole day just felt weird because I cried so much in the morning that the whole day was just kind of. I just felt like empty.
But it was an experience though.
Mm-hmm. I cried all morning.
It was intense. All right. What's my best friend's name?
Tiffany.
Correct.
Sorry to all your other friends.
What's my phone number by heart? Mouth it.
Can I just type it?
Sure.
Okay.
Because we don't need you texting me. I love you guys, but.
Okay. Because then we're like all the people listening right now probably have your number.
No,
but
not all.
That was my number. Hold on. Okay.
This is a hard. I will give you a pass on this one regardless. Because. Yes.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
I almost typed my number because our numbers have the same for first three.
What's the next vacation I want to go on?
Hawaii.
Correct. What perfume do I use, if any?
You don't use any?
Correct. I have some, but I don't use it routinely. What's my favorite store to shop at?
A Torrent.
Yeah.
Or the Tokidoki online store.
I was just staring at my wall of Tokidoki. Did I have any pets growing up?
Yeah, you had a couple of birds, you had a couple of dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's my favorite emoji?
Oh.
You're gonna go look in your text.
I need to look at my emoji list just to remember them. I think you use this one a whole lot.
Yeah, the crying face. Laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing.
By the way, that actually means people are using it to be like crying now. But it's like crying about something that's
funny, right?
Because you're like...
Well, they have the other one that's clearly sad with the streams of tears coming down. Mm-hmm. That's how I use it. Who do I hate? Now that I technically don't hate anyone.
Like people?
I mean, it says who.
Like people we know or just like big figures? Because I think I can name big figures. But
sure, why not? Because I really don't. People we know, I don't hate anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Strongly dislike, but not hate.
Okay, the person on the forum. The forum.
No.
Even though... but they're just annoying. I can't... I don't really... Like, people that you work with, but you don't really hate them. You're just annoyed by them.
No.
You don't really hate anyone. That would mean you would care enough about them that you would hate them.
That's true. I like that answer. Yeah. I just hate stupid people.
I hate some of my old friends, but that's because I still care about them and they don't care about me and I'm angry about it.
And what's my favorite flower?
Oh shit. Orchid? Or you just get those a lot. Gerber daisy?
Gerber daisy.
Yes! She has a tattoo of it and I represent that flower.
So, you checked 40 out of 40 on this list. You're your mom's favorite.
That's accurate.
You're my favorite daughter for sure. Wow, you and your mom must have a great relationship.
Minnie is sleeping right over there, and I'm your favorite daughter.
She can't hear me. It's fine. Wow, you and your mom must have a great relationship because you checked off a majority of this list. You must spend a lot of quality time together without quarantine. In fact, you probably know the next time you're hanging out, and that's awesome. Huh, right now.
Right now.
Rumor is she likes you more than any of your siblings, we won't tell anyone.
That's accurate, yeah.
Any given day. Yeah, it's true. Cool.
That was pretty easy, though.
That one wasn't too bad. There were some I was like, oh, as we read them. Okay, so here's another one. How well do you really know your mom?
Okay.
Okay, it says, how many of you actually know number 5? So I can't wait to get to number 5.
Okay.
Do you know your mom's birthday?
Yes.
That's yes. Do you know... Wait, is this... Okay.
It's not... I think it's just questions.
Yeah, okay. So do you know your mom's place of birth?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's favorite food?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's phone number by heart?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know your mom's blood type?
Yeah, it's the same as mine. It's like AB positive or is it A positive?
A positive.
Am I AB positive?
You're A positive.
Oh. I don't know why I thought AB.
I don't know either. Do you know your mom's best friend's name?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's favorite color?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's shoe size?
Yeah, it's like 11.
Because we're the same.
Mine's a little bit bigger.
Do you know about your mom's dating history before she had you?
Like a little bit.
I think for that.
I know your dating history after you had me.
Make that sound like I'm a hussy. I was married for a long time after I had you, and I was not dating anyone.
Yeah. No, okay, yes.
I wasn't the one dating anyone. Just kidding. But not. Do you know your mom's favorite movie?
Yes.
Yes. This says, so the answer that you click is yes, although the BBC version of Pride and Prejudice with Colin Firth is technically a TV series. That's funny. Do you know your mom's celebrity crush?
Okay. Are we talking sports? We talking actors?
Celebrity.
Cristiano Ronaldo. But also Matthew McConaughey. But also Henry Cavill. But also any of mine.
Pretty much. Forgot Jason Momoa. But
yeah.
I used to call, fun fact, I used to call Matthew McConaughey husband number 2. Now that I have a husband number 2, he's been demoted to husband number 3, but it's fine.
But at some point, you're not you're marrying for love and you're not marrying for money anymore. You know?
That's true. That's true.
Like,
that's true.
So I think Chris Evans is probably going to be like husband number 4 for me. Because then I'll be rich enough by then that I can marry for love.
You're funny. Do you know what your mom's favorite thing about your dad is or was?
Can I do Jason instead?
Sure.
Okay.
That's probably safer.
Okay. He's like, even though he's hard to talk to sometimes, he does like listen, or at least tries to.
Yeah.
And he like does nice things for you without being prompted to.
For sure. Do you know your mom's number 1 goal in life?
To become a published author. Or that's career aspiration. Number 1 goal, just to get us raised out of the house and like on with our own lives.
To successfully raise 2 kids to adulthood is pretty damn up there. I think I'm doing a bang up job. I think I've said this before, but you know, I just worry that I've been too good of a mom to you and that you won't know how to do basic things. That's why
I know how to do basic things.
You are actually getting to that point where even though it's nowhere on your radar to leave me yet.
I'm not poor enough. I can't.
I know. It's not on your radar to do that. You're actually starting to ask questions and do things for yourself and whatever. Ask the questions about if you don't know how to do something. I will never forget the time we went to the grocery store pre-quarantine. I don't think you were quite 18 yet. But I think it was early last year though. Mm-hmm. Before quarantine. When you were like, can you take me shopping with you more often? Because I hate shopping with the kids. I hate it.
I feel like I'm better at it now.
You are better, but I literally could not stand it. To the point where I told Jason when he first came to my life, he came to visit and he wanted to take out, he wanted to go to the store. And he was like, let's all go. And I'm like, no, they can stay here. And no, let's stay going. What are you talking about? I'm like, I don't shop with the kids. I got super anxious about it. We just went to Walmart, for God's sake. And when we were there, you guys were doing your thing, like fooling around in the aisles. And you were older. It wasn't like you were toddlers, right? But you were fooling around in the aisle and like being assholes. I mean, just funny, you know, you weren't being jerks to people or anything, but I was like, done. Oh, please go look at toys or something. I was just done. Sorry, Minnie. Didn't mean to wake you up. She snorts. Do you know what your mom's dream job was when she was a kid?
A teacher, writer, marine biologist at one point.
Yeah, that was my very first thing was librarian, but marine biologist was the next one that
I wanted to be a marine biologist for a long time because I wanted to.
Every kid does at one point.
Because I wanted to study dolphins and work at SeaWorld, and then I realized how bad SeaWorld was.
Do you know where your mom's dream vacation would be? Dream vacation,
like Italy or somewhere in Europe.
Yep. So if you answered mostly A's, which you did. Look at you. No one knows your mom like you do. You two must be super close. Or you just have an encyclopedic knowledge of details.
That's not true.
Either way, your Mother's Day gifts are probably the best in the game. Plus, picking movies to watch together must be super easy since you have her taste down pat. they're kind of the same, so it's fine.
I think Mother's Day is just hard because I love you so much. I'm like, I don't know what to get you.
Yeah, it's hard. But again, gifts are not the important thing. I love a good card with a lot of meaning.
Remember when I made you that I painted that bird for you?
Which bird?
That watercolor bird I painted and I gave you for Mother's Day.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know where it is because.
That's funny. Okay. This one is about what's your mother-daughter relationship style. When you get together with her, you can't help but tell her everything. Feel grateful. You don't see each other often, so your weekly check-ins are everything. Talk about the food you'll be cooking for the next family gathering, or give her a great big hug every other minute.
Tell her everything.
I like it.
You don't hug that often.
No. Just because I'm not a touchy-feely kind of person. You would love to hug more than we do, I think.
I love hugs.
Yeah.
Hugs is my love language.
And I love hugs, but I want to be the one to initiate it. As she leans in closer. Aren't you adorbs? What color best describes her personality?
Are we talking about...
Me.
Me? You.
Wait. I think this is about Mom. Yeah, this is about Moms. Pink. Okay. Pink, she's sweet and girly and looks really good in pastels.
No.
Turquoise, she's patient and intuitive. Black, she's always been chic and sophisticated. Or red, she's a passionate and strong-minded woman.
Red.
What word combo best describes your relationship? Comfort and compassion? Faith and connection? Poise and balance? Strength and resilience?
I think strength and resilience.
That's a good one. Describe your favorite type of mother-daughter outing. We head to the city for an afternoon of shopping. It starts with hot yoga or spin class or a run.
No.
We hit I can't speak. We hit our favorite French cafe where the maitre d' greets us with double kisses because we're regulars. Mm-mm. Or doing something spontaneous. We love to mix things up.
Okay, this is a question of how much money we have. Because right now I don't think we can afford to do anything spontaneous that would be fun, you know? So I think a city for shopping.
Shopping, yeah. What mantra would move you and your mom the most? Friendship lasts forever. Love knows no distance. Cherish both love and independence. Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Cherish both love and independence.
I agree. What's your dream mother-daughter vacation? A weekend getaway in Miami? A serene Bali retreat? Walking along the Amalfi Coast? Or an enchanting visit to the French Quarter?
I think a serene Bali retreat.
That would be fun. Aww.
We call ourselves this all the time.
We do. So we got partners in crime. You both honor healthy boundaries while still maintaining a warm, open door policy. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the family, you share a divide and conquer attitude that's effective and appreciated by all. Like the perfect partner, she's always there to offer support while also encouraging you to break out and navigate your own path. Mm-hmm. Show her your appreciation this Mother's Day and encourage her to keep exploring new endeavors with the Adventure Awaits charm bangle. Apparently this is a jewelry website. That's funny. That is cute though.
I'm not getting it for you.
No, I don't want it. All right. So we're going to cut to a break really quick and we'll do our last quiz in a moment.
Okay.
All right. So the last one that I have is, which mother-daughter dynamic duo are you?
Let's go.
Where can we find you and your mom on a Saturday afternoon? At the mall, her treat. Brunching and gossiping. Just hanging out on the couch. We rented some movies and are popping the popcorn. I'm out with friends and who knows where she is. Why would we hang out on the weekend? Or she grounded me for breaking curfew, so I'm sulking in my bedroom while she gets her nails done.
Hanging out on the couch.
Yeah. How does your mom de-stress? A phone call with her best friend? A glass of wine or two? A long drive by herself? Or a deep breath and then she moves on?
A deep breath and then she moves on.
Or a deep bath and then she moves on. How did it go when your mom taught you about the birds and the bees? It was so awkward I wanted to crawl under the couch and hide. My mom never gave me the sex talk. I picked it all up from TV. Great. My mom drove me to the doctor for a pill prescription and bought me my first condoms. She used hand puppets and I didn't speak to her again for a week. By the time she sat me down for the talk, I already knew everything she could have possibly said, so I left. A little uncomfortable, but we got over it and through it quickly.
I honestly think I think it's by the time she sat me down for the talk. But...
That's true, but you were so young.
I was so young, and then when we had, specifics, I was like, oh, yeah, I already know.
Yeah, which is totally fine with me. What was your mom like at parent-teacher conferences? She bossed my teachers into giving me better grades. Oh. She dated one of my teachers. Awkward.
That would have been really awkward.
She was my teacher, so I couldn't hide anything. I lied and hid my report card so my mother would never attend. Or she was always there. I was a straight A student, so she liked hearing the good news.
I think straight A student. Although
even though you weren't. But
I was mostly.
Mostly. I never got really, truly bad feedback ever at one of your parent-teacher conferences. Mm-hmm. Your mom deserves a break, so you've offered to make dinner. What do you feel like making?
Okay, this is for me. Mac and cheese.
No, your mom deserves a break, so you've offered to make dinner.
I've offered to make dinner.
Yes,
so this is what I would make.
Yeah, okay. Mac and cheese. Looks like from scratch, not a box. Steak, which looks delicious. A margarita type pizza or Chinese takeout.
I think Chinese takeout. Because listen, I'm going to tell you why. If I offered to make dinner and you were stressed, right? Mm-hmm. I'm giving you a break. You would stress out about the kitchen.
True story.
So I would just order food.
That's a good, thoughtful answer. And cookies to you.
Do we have cookies?
No. How many times do you and your mom talk on the phone in a week? Talk on the phone? We text exclusively with emojis.
That's where
I call my mom every morning as I walk to work. If I don't, she worries. We talk on Sundays to recap everything that's happened that week. I can't remember the last time I spoke to my mother on the phone, or we still live together. Why would we need phone chats?
We still live together.
Funny story. Hannah doesn't respond to my texts when we're in the house. Like, I'm strapped to my desk. I can't walk away and come get you or whatever. So or I'm in the kitchen. I don't feel like walking all the way down the hall to tell you dinner's ready. So I'm with the text. I just text her.
And then I come out. I don't answer.
Yeah. Or I'll ask her a question. Hey, are you up? She'll come out in the hallway. Yeah, what's up? That's pretty funny.
Or sometimes, we've talked about this in our pet peeves edition, but she's like, hey, come out here, whatever. I'm like, okay. And so I don't answer, and I started getting dressed, and then she texts me like 2 minutes later, she's like, hello? I was like, Jesus.
Tell me you're on your way so I don't have to worry, especially if it's something that I need to talk to you about right then or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, what did your mom get you for your last birthday? She buys me whatever I want all year long, so I don't remember. The one thing I really, really wanted, she knows me so well, something I returned immediately. Or birthday? She forgot my birthday.
I think she buys me whatever I want all year long is the most accurate answer. Yeah.
But last year, I got you a tattoo.
Woohoo! And an ID.
Which was more self-serving for me than you, but that's fine. How would your mom react if you got a tattoo? That's not.
If there's we have matching daughter. Yep, that one.
She'd flip out at first, but she'd eventually realize it's my body and my choice.
That's not the one where you chose.
My mom took me for my first tattoo on my 18th birthday. That's it.
I mean, the day after, but pretty much. We don't even have to read.
We don't have to read the rest. How often do you and your mom fight? Fighting is the only language we know. We used to fight all the time, but we've both outgrown it by now. Fight? Us? Never. We're best friends. Or we have our spats for sure, but they aren't too frequent.
Okay, I honestly think we used to fight all the time. Nah, never mind the last one. We never really fought.
We never really fought, but we've had our little spats. Like, you get out of my face. What is your mom's relationship like with her mom? Fraught with tension. They don't speak, like, ever. They're BFFs, just like my mom and me. Occasionally they'll disagree, but they're mostly just fine. They don't see each other very often, but when they do, it's like they never left off.
I think occasionally they'll disagree.
Yeah, that's true.
They're fine.
I think those last 3 are basically me and my mom, like, completely. I think the last one is more accurate. We don't see each other very often, but when we do, it's like we never left off. Okay. What does your mom think of your significant other?
I don't have.
I'm perpetually single because my mom meddles in all my relationships. No. That's the last one. I mean, that's the only one that's about single. I don't meddle, but you are single.
So I am single. I mean, technically, living with you makes you meddle, just based on...
That's true. Do you and your mother share the same personal style? Yep, and we're exactly the same size, so it's like doubling my closet. Ew, no, she wears the worst, most embarrassing clothing. I say as I'm wearing my skull pants. She's constantly stealing my clothes because she thinks we're sisters. Or no, she thinks everything I wear is inappropriate.
Okay, I don't want you to be offended. I
steal your clothes?
No, she wears the worst, most embarrassing clothing because that's the most accurate of all those. Your clothes aren't embarrassing per se, but they're not my style, and that's the only one that's... And you don't think what I wear is inappropriate. So that's the only accurate answer.
And it's not accurate, it's just the most of those four. Okay,
it's
fine. Last question. How would you rate this quiz? I loved it. It's pretty great. Not great.
It was okay. I liked it, and then they asked.
No thanks. Just show me my results.
Whenever quizzes are like...
We're Claire and Haley Dunphy.
Oh, from Modern Family.
You and your mom may not always see eye to eye, but it's because you're so alike. She was you at your age, and sometimes it's hard for her to remember, especially when you make the same mistakes she did. But rather than steering you down a better path, she lets you slip up and trust that you'll turn out fine in the end. After all, she did. And at the end of the day, your similarities will bring you together, not tear you apart.
Yeah.
I like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, we're trying to stick with our new format of not spamming your podcast episodes with hours and hours long.
Mm-hmm. So our current format is we're just come up with like a gimmick or something that we do as a podcast episode, and then we can like rant, like have little side stories, but it's still like under an hour.
Yeah. So I mentioned the hot take, and it's just like a lukewarm, like we've talked about before. But earlier today, I went on a rampage on Facebook because I was triggered. So one of my favorite TV shows to watch, reality type show, is Ghost Adventures. It used to be on the Travel Channel, and now it's exclusively on Discovery Plus. And I pay for Hulu Live, I pay for Netflix, I pay for Disney Plus. My husband pays for HBO Max. We have Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. We even have cable technically, but we don't watch it because it's just part of the package deal with our internet service. Do I want to add another freaking app or streaming service? No, I do not. Discovery Plus, Paramount Plus, all these things that are coming out now, and they're taking all of my shows and putting them on them. Like Yellowstone is on on Paramount. It's going to Paramount Plus. I'm not paying for another service just to watch one show, and it makes me upset because I really want to watch the show. Mm-hmm. And Ghost Adventures, I kind of felt something was happening before Paramount Plus or Discovery Plus was even a thing, because they stopped doing like long seasons. They used to do 15, 17 episodes a season, and then they started doing like 4, 5, 6 episodes a season. It was really strange.
Were they shorter? I mean, were they longer? Or were they...
No, they were the same length, but then, like interspersed between their new episodes, they would just have reruns of the old episodes, or they'd have specials like Demon House, or, they'd do like different things. And so it was kind of a pain in the ass because we never really knew. I loved sitting in the middle of my bed and watching them. It's just, it was how I wound down at night and got ready for Dreamland, But anyway, so I kind of felt like something was coming. And now that they've moved all their stuff to Discovery Plus, I'm just like, are you kidding me? And it's not just that. 90 Day Fiancé special shows are going there. And, they're like a super guilty pleasure. That was a train fucking wreck. I had to watch that all the time. And I don't care anymore, so that's fine. But Pioneer Woman cooking stuff, exclusive stuff. Mike Rowe has a bunch of exclusive stuff. And every time somebody I had followed Ghost Adventures page on Facebook. I unfollowed it today because I was tired of seeing. I found this on the Okay, Siri thought I was talking to him. I've got him changed. He thought I was talking to him, and it was something about Jay-Z. That's really funny. Anyways, leave that in, Hannah, when you're editing, because that was funny. It just kind of got under my skin today because I was so tired of seeing all of this stuff about, come see our special blah, blah, blah episode. And I'm like, you dicks, Like, come on. Same thing with Pioneer Woman. Her website, I followed her since she was a blogger back in the 90s. Because I loved her recipes, I loved her style, I loved her website, I loved everything about her. And then when she got her own show on Food Network, I was like, yeah, finally, I bought her butter dish. I mean, I like her. I like her vibe. Mm-hmm. And her cooking show, I'm sure it's still going to be on Food Network too, but all the specials and cool stuff that they're going to have are going to be...
Mm-hmm. I would just I don't think they really had a choice.
I'm sure they didn't, and it's all about money, and it's all about, whatever. It just, it kind of bothers me because...
Like, they all have contracts.
Oh, I get it. Mm-hmm. I get all of that. I understand the business decision side of it and whatever. you got to go where the money is. You got to go where your contract says or whatever. You got to go where, you know, you got to keep your stuff going. I get it. But it's just so frustrating because we've done this. We have done this. We, the populace of the world, have done this because we moved away from cable TV because cable TV was getting really sucky. We moved away from cable TV to Netflix and Hulu and those streaming services. And these channels that were being ignored basically on cable TV were like, well, these people were really popular. How do we get people to watch them again? And they're like, oh, I know. Let's get them on their own. Let's make our own streaming service. And it's just like, you know, people were paying for it. They're like, oh, cable is so expensive. True story. Cable is very, very expensive. This is only $4.99 a month, $5.99 a month. But when you're paying for Netflix, Hulu, whatever.
Oh, we have an upgraded version of Hulu too.
We do, but
we have like the live TV,
right? Which I love.
It's our cable.
It is our cable. I'm not mad at that part of it, but when you if we had every single one of them and we added them all up, we'd be paying at or above what we were paying for cable, crappy cable, right? It just goes all over me. And to be honest, I don't watch that much TV. So that makes it even worse for me because I'm like, the shows that I do like to watch are going to these other services.
Well, I will say, I think all those shows moving to different streaming services lets you realize how much you actually like those shows. Yeah, maybe. You know, because if you're like a diehard fan, you'd be like, I'll take the plunge. Fine. Yeah. Yeah, but if you're like, oh, that sucks. No, then you don't really. You may like it, but you probably don't really like.
I think that's true to an extent, but
like when I saw things on Netflix that I wanted to watch, I needed to watch. I used some of my birthday money and got like a 6-month gift card.
That's true. Netflix. And then I took it back over again because we got used to it again.
That's my system.
Manipulator. But anyway, that was just one of the rants that just struck me. What I was going to say is the people in the comment sections of these pages were like, it's only $4.99 a month. You pay a lot more for cable. Like, bitch, you don't know me. I don't pay for cable. I don't technically pay for cable. I mean,
you pay for internet.
I pay for internet. What I have, all the streaming services that I do have, I can't get rid of. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but there's something about each and every service that we have. Like Amazon Prime Video, I don't technically pay for. I pay for our Prime membership and it comes with
I watch some things on Prime.
Right. And that's why, I mean, I would, if it was an option to cut your costs a little bit and get rid of that, I wouldn't because you watch something on it. That's what I'm saying. Hulu, we watch Hulu Live. So, that is our TV and they have a bunch of cool stuff on it. Plus, like The Handmaid's Tale and all these things that I love are on Hulu. So I couldn't get rid of Hulu. I've even tried before. I was like, I think I'm going to get rid of Hulu. And he was like, oh, Mom, what about The Handmaid's Tale? And I was like, oh, shit. Like,
you did that right before season 3 came out.
Yeah. It's like, God damn it, you're right. And now I have to wait for season 4, whatever. So I can't get rid of Hulu. Netflix, we've gotten addicted to a bunch of crap on Netflix. HBO Max, we were not going to do. We had it for a hot minute through our cell service.
And then we had to our cable service.
Well,
because we had it.
We got HBO Max because of our cell service, but we also had UVerse, AT&T UVerse TV.
So we had HBO Max because we had subscription to HBO on our actual cable.
It was like a twofer, but then we had to start paying for it after the term ended. And we did. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason I was gonna drop it for that reason. That's why you got upset. I was like, I'm not paying $15 a month or whatever stupid thing it was. When we have HBO, but it's only on HBO Max. So that started this whole thing, right? And now Jason, because he wanted to watch a certain show, he got HBO Max. He's paying for it. Whatever, that's fine. But we have a ton of stuff we watch on it. So, you're enjoying the shit out of it. I'm just mad about it. I'm watching it with anger in my heart as I'm having a good time with it.
Oh, you should have. No, and I tried to sell her back on HBO Max. We were like, the second Wonder Woman is gonna be on HBO Max because they have same day as in theaters. So, but it didn't work. And now it's not on HBO anymore, so ha!
Yeah, we didn't really know that that's how it was going to work, but now we do. There's a bunch of new releases that are coming to the movie theaters that are released on HBO Max as well. So we just got to kind of be aware of what's coming. But anyway, that's my hot take for the week.
I don't really have one.
That's good.
I've been sleeping a lot this week, so I haven't really had time to look on the internet and be offended by anything.
That's good. Being not offended is a good thing. I've seen some stuff this week that when it's come up, I've been like, I should talk about that on the thing, and then I've let it pass because it's just not healthy to latch on to those things.
So
trying to be better.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I think that's a natural end.
Way to end. Just remember to like us on our Facebook page and follow us on our Instagram page. We're still gonna try to get something done when we hit our mark.
Like and subscribe on YouTube and comment wherever you can.
Yeah, we love comments. I've been sharing a lot of like meme type things on our Facebook page, and I like getting the comments on those because it's just fun to have a dialogue with people about stuff that is just silly and fun. But if you have any
private messages, DM us if you want to say something.
We're on our phones constantly, so we've got. We will respond.
One of us will respond. Most likely, if it's on Instagram or Facebook, it will be
me, Cassie. But on YouTube, it'll probably be Hannah because she's awake at night and she sees those things there. I usually will. What I've been trying to do is I'll sign off, like I'll if I'm responding to somebody, I'll do --cast or KA or whatever. So just to kind of let you know who you're speaking to. So anyway, have a good rest of your week. And
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter! By the time you're listening to this,
if you celebrate Easter,
Happy Easter!
Beware the sea of cheesy Instagram captions this week, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Secret code phrase is cheesy Instagram caption.